Hey there, random internet strangers. It's Random Crypto Guy with the worst crypto channel on YouTube. Da, 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 da. We got a lot to talk about today, so I've been away, been busy with a few things and trying to get things together. So let's get right to it. First things first. Get this off. Let's check out just the general consensus. I know this chart's a little cluttered here. What I do is I look for areas where these boxes are overlapping. I have two indicators here, a 4-hour and a 1-hour indicator that tells me where the liquidity pools are. And I bought in here. I bought in here to Bitcoin. I got a lot of eggs in that basket, not all of them, but quite a bit of them. And as you can see, I was right on the money. This box here was up here and a little bit higher. So I actually bought in right about here just before it took off. So yay for me. I did the right thing. So I'm sitting up high in profit up here. It's been flagging out here over the weekend. We did not meet the I didn't put this on my Twitter, but I did post it on my Facebook account that if we had to break this level up here, this resistance level, in order for us to be in full bull mode, we are definitely starting to see some signs of a bull move. After this big demon drop here, I pulled my money out here. I basically broke even, and then that's when it took a dump over here, and we bottomed out over here at 3,900, actually almost 4,000. So if you remember my previous videos, if we go to the weekly chart, you can see that adoption curve, the bottom, the lows, consistently still getting higher and higher. Not quite as high as where I thought it would be. When I was talking about it up here, I thought it might be over here somewhere, but it actually was over quite lower. But we're still above. Once again, we are above the previous low. So we're still putting in higher lows and still showing a parabolic function, because you have a little bit more time here, a couple more weeks, a few more weeks, maybe even 2 or 3 months between this low and this low and this low and this low. This is greater. So this timeline is greater. So now you have 3 points of reference. So you can really start to see where that adoption curve is happening. Remember what I said up here. All this is just demand. You don't pay attention to that when we're talking about the adoption curve. The adoption curve is just where the lows are meeting up. And this time, from this low to this low, is a little bit longer than from this low to this low. So if it was about the same, we'd be probably somewhere over here and maybe up around 42, 45, somewhere around there. So the adoption curve is still holding up. Bitcoin is still doing it, and so this is still a good buying opportunity for it. As far as whether it's going to go to the moon and go up to 20,000 anytime soon, that's anybody's guess. That's just a lot of wishful thinking. I got caught into that hype myself, so I went back to more of a trading / investing style, and I bought in when I felt like it was a good opportunity to go in. And I went in on the 4-hour chart right here on this level, and as you can see, it's panning out pretty good, but we do have to break through this level. Once we break through this level, there's pretty much, turncoats are usually not that strong. So there's no resistance all the way up to 7,900. That would be the next level. And that's up at the weekly resistance. That coincides with the weekly resistance. And then we have a box way up here at 85. 4-hour box. These are 1-hour boxes here, and that's a 4-hour box. So we're looking pretty good. The weekend is not as much volume going on. We have to wait for futures, CMEs to open up. Let's move on to SPX. This is the SPY, the S&P 500. As you can see, that we have recovered about 2/3 of what we are, but we're in this gap here, and that's a little concerning to me. This is actually another area where you could see this turn, make a downward turn again. I don't think that's going to happen. Trump is really adamant about the stock market being the measure of a good economy, but from what I understand, the small business, the loans to the small businesses, the payroll loans and such, are actually going more towards small cap and mid cap companies and not your mom and pop operations, because they're more interested in pumping the employment numbers up than actually helping out small business. So I feel kind of sorry for those mom and pop shops that don't have that aren't on the stock exchange or the NASDAQ or penny stock or whatever. They're just sole proprietorships and what have you. I think that they're going to get flamed out. I kind of make it akin to a redwood forest, and what they do is they burn out all the underbrush to save the redwoods. So all those, and it's the opposite of what natural selection should be. As the bigger trees die, they crash, they leave patches of sunlight where the smaller trees can use the bigger trees' resources to grow and strengthen. But we don't have that. I don't want to get off in that tangent too much. Just know that that's not how capitalism works. This is national corporatism, which is very close to what Hitler wanted. But I digress. I don't want to go any further into that rant. Maybe at another time. Let's see. We wanted to go to being on the road as a trucker, I don't have access to my big computer during the week. So what I did was to develop some indicators to help me make decisions while I'm out on the road on my phone. And I put them here on my big computer so that I could record it and to show you guys what I'm doing here. This right here, we'll pull up the indicator list. Just some moving averages. That over here. These are the 15s on the moving average, and it's placed on the high and the low. And basically it works much like the SSL channel that I use, where it's just when it pops above the channel, we're in an uptrend, and when it drops below, we're in a downtrend. And so we can use this as an exit indicator as well. The force index, this is my oomph indicator. It's set to 6, and you can find all these on your MT4, the portable one, on your phone, because you don't have all the fancy schmancy indicators on there. All you have is the pre-built ones. So I had to build my own, basically. So I added a couple levels. Now these levels have to change if you change time frames. You have to multiply by the number of magnitude of the time frame. So if you want to go up to the daily, for example, you would have to multiply this 200,000 by 6, and that would give you your lines so that you could be able to, because there's reason you multiply by 6 is because there's 6 4-hour candles in a daily candle. That's why you multiply by 6. So this gives you the oomph. And as you can see right here, it gave us a good signal right here, right here on this big candle here. I actually got in though on my level as opposed to waiting for an oomph. I'll get into that in a little bit, how I go about that. Then you have your unbalanced value. This is an interesting indicator. That's the blue line. Right here, the light blue line. It basically just measures the current opening versus the previous opening, whether it's up or down. It's not that complicated of a formula, but it kind of just gives you a good actual idea of trend. Now the zero line on this is completely worthless. So what I did was I added some moving averages to it. I added a green, a yellow, and a red. The green is the fastest, the yellow is the medium, and the red is the slowest. Just traffic light, think traffic light. And when the on-balance volume is above the green, that's when we can start looking for buy signals. If it's below the green, then we look for sell signals. Then the other ones are just kind of a confirmation bias. The more these stack up in green, yellow, and red for up, and then for down it would be red, yellow, green. That shows that the trend is very strong. And we just crossed over that a couple just last night, and that's why I also I didn't tweet it, but I put it on my Facebook page that we have a bull trend forming up, but we still have to get above that final area. So that's why I put the three moving averages. This is 8, 50, and 150. I've been listening a lot to this guy called Eric Crown. He's a trader. Was a market maker. Very, very intelligent guy. Kind of crazy, but knows his stuff about trading. And how he analyzes things is through multi-time frame analysis of different indicators that he uses. He uses the RSI, stochastics, and a few others, along with boxes, like how I use the boxes. He doesn't talk a lot about the boxes. That's why you have to go to the Sam Seaton videos. That's another free thing, because Eric Crown's stuff is really good, but it's really expensive too. Some of his you could I think his options program might be something worth it, but you can find all the technical analysis on the other for free on other stuff. And the way he puts it together is it's a multi-time frame analysis, and I kind of simplified it into this OBV thing where you got your fast time frame, your medium time frame, and your slow time frames. This would be like the 4-hour, and this would be like the daily, and this would be like the weekly. So that we're looking to, once these are all stacked together in the proper order, we know that we're in a bull market, full bull market. But I still, levels still take precedence over everything else. And until we break that 7,400, I don't see us in full bull mode just quite yet. Boxes always supersede indicators, because boxes drive price, whereas indicators follow price. Then I have the relative vigor index. This is something I'm still experimenting with, using it as an exit indicator, but I like this better still. So I'm still working on that right now. So don't pay too much attention to that. What I've done as far as where I have put my money. How much time do I got left on this thing? Oh, good. Perfect. I am with block 5. Now, I might not stay with block 5 very long. I will put an affiliate link down in the description. I've talked with them on the phone. I'm pretty pleased with what they are. Just let me go down here to, where's the, here it is, right here. You can earn up to 5.1% on your Bitcoin, 3.6% on Ethereum, 3.8% on Litecoin, and then you have your Gemini dollars, your USDC. That's, I believe, the Coinbase's coin, 8.6%. Try getting that at a bank. If you're not interested in Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything like that, you think it's too volatile, too risky, that's fine. I totally understand that. But if you put it in USDC, that's going to be that's tied to the United States